beginning of our tutorial section on PostgreSQL Server. First, we will begin with overview of Postgres. With Postgres, what we're going to learn today, we have various assumptions that we're going to make on this, and what we will start with is the overview. So with the overview, what we have assumptions that we make here, which says that we assume that PostgreSQL has been successfully installed on your machines, and actually you can open pgAdmin, which means that you can have access to log into your PostgreSQL. So I'll just proceed and then open my pgAdmin, which is the icon of the elephant head on it. I click on it. It opens. It's starting the pgAdmin for me, which is management tool for PostgreSQL. So now from Postgres 10 upwards, you will see a login with password on it. Just type in your password that you used. I've done mine. On the upper left corner, you will see service, expand service. Yours may be 1 or 2 or 3, depending on what number of SQL instances that you have installed or connected to. So I click on mine and I see databases, login, groups, rows, table, spaces. For our focus, you will just expand databases, and you see that number of databases is here. You can also generate your own. So the next thing that we also look here is when you go to file, you will see preferences, where you can actually set preferences for your Postgres pgAdmin configuration. So you can set your preference, how you want your interface to be, how your text and other things should be read. All of that can be configured here. The next thing is object, where we have whether if you want to go create your database and other schemas, you can do it from here. The next thing is from the file menu, there's other things that you need to. If your layout messes up, let's say sometimes because this layout is dockable, sometimes your layout can mess up, and then you need to reset them. It will arrange it as the default one that comes with it. We also have layout lock, which we have none, and then we have prevent ducking, and then we have full ducking, which means that with a full ducking, nothing in the your pgAdmin will move. So the other things are tools and other things which we will explore as part of our tutorials going forward. We want to start from a basic level, get a basic understanding, and from there we proceed to the deeper aspect of it. On the tabs that are available, we have Postgres, the dashboard, where we have server sections, transactions per second, and then we have tuples in, tuples out, and then the block IOs, all of them in there. And beneath it, we also have connections that are made to the server, those that are idle and active. Next on the tab, we have properties, which actually gives you the properties of any object you select on your left hand side. If it is the table, view, or whatever function, you will see the properties of that particular object that you are dealing with. The SQL part is where whatever object that you have clicked on will actually see the content of that object. So You can click on anything in there, and then you will see the content of the table or whatever that you have there. So if you put on a schema like this, you will be able to see the content, what creates that schema. And then the statistics also provide statistics on every particular schema that you have or object that you click on it. And then dependencies are objects that the current object you've clicked on depends on. And then dependents are object that depends on the object that you have actually clicked on. So basically we have this as the interface of, or the overview for pgAdmin, which we're going to use very much. We have up at the browser, on top of the browser, we have a query tool, which means that is where you can actually execute SQL queries or SQL scripts that you want to generate, whether instead statement, create statement, whatever. This is where you actually create them. And with that, there are a number of toolbars that are on it that we will explore going forward. We have where you might want to execute the query. You want more query tools, you can put it here. You can get it from here. You want to open a particular SQL file. If you open a file and you want to save changes to it, it's also here. And then if you want to effect changes to your any query that you have opened, you also do it from here. So we also have search, where you can search through your scripts that you've written. And then we have copy and paste. We have delete. We also have some query tools here where you can use to filter your data, and then the number of limits, whether 100, 200, 300 or no limit, all of them will be packed for you also see from here. We have execute query and then stop query also in here. And then we also have other tools, but the one other important one is the download. When you execute a particular request, you want to download it as CSV, you can download it from here. So basically the other things that we also see here are the data output, and then the explain and other things. These are things that when you select any object, it gives you details, like any results that you actually get from a query, you will see it there at the data output section. So basically this forms our part of the overview of pgAdmin. We will meet at the other tutorials where we discuss more into details on data types on PostgreSQL. Thank you.